Dear brothers, I am Adama. Following our journey, I will comment on Chapter 7 of Telos Book 1. This chapter is focused on our children. There is a big difference in the birth of our children. Bringing a new being into the world, as you speak, is something of great responsibility. It is something much desired and planned. The birth of children is not allowed in Telos unless they are intended and desired, and that is for the evolution of the all. I won't go into detail here about how it happens, because this is in the book. I would just like to comment on what has been done with your children in this world. Your children often no longer experience what it is to be a child. They have duties, commitments, activities, often even more strenuous than for you adults. Children are hardly children at all, because they are taught from an early age to be better, better than the little friend, better than the other, better at everything. The child is not given the right to choose, the right to do what they want to do, which may be, at that moment, to do nothing. Education in their world does not broaden knowledge, does not broaden the capacity for life, for survival, for doing what they like. It is like taking several books and putting them all into a child's mind. Will they get the most out of it? I would say no, because going to school becomes tiresome, boring, and the children end up spending this time because they have to, because their society obliges them to. They are not children within the spectrum of the word. And you, parents, impose on your children, besides school, which is already boring and exhausting, a series of duties, of rules, so that that child becomes the best at everything, so that your son or daughter will be someone who stands out in society. They impose activities on the child that he or she is often unable to fulfill. Why? Not because he or she is incapable, but because this is not the path of the child's soul. It is being imposed by the will of a parent, who often wants the child to follow his or her own path, not what the child really wants. Today your children are out of balance because the souls that have come here are souls that are pure unconditional love, and they can't understand such a violent world, and so full of meaningless rules, as is imposed on them, and they react to it. Then, a series of illnesses are fitted to your children in order for them to stay within what society imposes. And that's how you have been raising your children. Many children are at the peak of stress because they have a workload that is often impossible to fulfill, especially for a child. And why is this? Because the father, mother, or caregiver doesn't want to work at caring, educating, and loving that child. Then fills the child's time with activities for someone else to do this, for someone else to educate, for someone else to teach. They put the responsibility of education on others, and this is not the role of a father and mother. We need, first of all, to make sure that our children grow up loved, respected, and when I say this, not spoiled, doing whatever they want. Children need to be educated and taught, and parents nowadays don't want to waste time with this. And many young people, who were children once, not so long ago, today are lost, because they did not receive love at the right time. So they don't love themselves and they don't love their neighbor. They are fickle, they are empty, they are totally disconnected from any feeling of union and family. There will come a time in the future when your children will remember what they came here to do, and many will turn away from their parents, because they will not see in them the ones they expected to receive love and affection, and will be welcomed by many parents, who on the other hand know how to love their children. This will be a difficult time for many on the planet, but I assure you that the children, evolved souls who are incarnated today, will not stay in the third dimension because of the parents they have. This will not happen, and then it will be too late for many parents to realize how much time they have wasted with such an evolved soul, who was very capable of teaching them so much, but whom they were not able to learn, or respect. Those who love their children, who respect and who act as a father and mother by giving education and love, will have their children by their side, they will rise together. Now those who do not elaborate a correct path for their children will be separated from them, because we will not allow evolved souls who came here with a mission to be lost by their parents' selfishness and lack of love. These words are not meant to cause fear, because those who love and respect their children have nothing to fear. The problem is those who have children for the sake of having them, who do not know what it is to love a child, who do not know what it is to educate a child, who do not know what the term family is. To conclude, I would just say, respect your children, let them be children, don't want to make them adults before their time. As it is in the book, yes, our children watch your television programs, all is not lost, but we know how to choose those that are evolutionary, that are important for understanding. So I know how to do it too. But most of all, never forget, children need to have a child's life, not an adult's life.